Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Today, we've got some serious buzz swirling around the Dallas Cowboys, and if you love your team, or even if you're just a football fanatic, you're going to want to stick around because what's happening right now could be a game-changer for the upcoming season. Now, I know the offseason is often filled with rumors, speculations, and wild theories, but this one feels a little different. It's about the Cowboys potentially making a bold move to upgrade their backfield, and let me tell you, the names being thrown around are nothing short of exciting. We're talking about some of the top-tier running backs in the league right now, guys who could truly transform Dallas's offensive attack. So, what's the latest? Well, the rumor mill is really heating up with whispers that the Cowboys are highly interested in acquiring a top running back, someone who can not only carry the load but also bring a new level of explosiveness and versatility to the offense. And the names that keep popping up? None other than Nick Chubb from the Cleveland Browns and J.K. Dobbins from the Baltimore Ravens. Both of these guys are absolute game-changers in their own right, and the Cowboys are reportedly keeping a very close eye on their situations. Now, I want to emphasize, nothing has been officially confirmed yet, but the mere fact that these names are being linked to Dallas has fans buzzing like crazy. And you should be excited too, because adding even one of these talents could be a huge boost for the team. Let's start with Nick Chubb. If you've watched any Browns games in recent years, you already know how special Chubb is. He's the kind of running back who seems to defy physics sometimes. This guy is powerful, elusive, and incredibly tough to bring down. He's got this uncanny ability to break tackles, churn out tough yards, and keep the chains moving even when the play looks like it might be dead. Chubb's style is a mix of power and finesse. He can run through defenders with his strength or make a cut and burst into open space. Over the past few seasons, he's been a cornerstone for Cleveland's offense, consistently ranking among the league's best in rushing yards, yards after contact, and rushing touchdowns. His vision on the field is exceptional, and he's a guy who can change the momentum of a game in an instant. Imagine him in Dallas's backfield, sharing carries with Tony Pollard or even taking over as the lead back. The Cowboys have historically had a strong running game. Think of Emmitt Smith, DeMarco Murray, Ezekiel Elliott, and adding a talent like Chubb would keep that tradition alive and well. Now, shifting gears to J.K. Dobbins. This guy is a different kind of beast, but no less impressive. Dobbins has made a name for himself as a dynamic, explosive player for the Ravens. His speed is eye-popping, and he's got the agility to make defenders miss in tight spaces. What makes Dobbins so intriguing for the Cowboys is his versatility. He's not just a between-the-tackles runner, he's also a threat in the passing game, capable of catching out of the backfield and turning screens into big gains. Over the past couple of seasons, Dobbins has shown flashes of brilliance, and when healthy, he's been a major part of Baltimore's offensive scheme. His ability to make big plays, whether on the ground or through the air, adds a dynamic element that could really complement Dallas's existing weapons. Plus, he's young, hungry, and eager to prove himself as a lead back in the league. Now, why are the Cowboys so interested in these guys? Well, if you look at their recent seasons, one thing is clear: while the passing game with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb has been quite solid, the running game has sometimes struggled to reach its full potential. Injuries, the lack of a consistent, explosive back, or just the need for a fresh spark can make a huge difference. Adding a top-tier talent like Chubb or Dobbins could be exactly what Dallas needs to diversify their offense and keep defenses guessing. Imagine a scenario where Dak Prescott can rely on a back who can grind out tough yards in the red zone, or break loose for a big gain when the team needs a momentum shift. That kind of upgrade doesn't just improve stats, it transforms a team's identity. In terms of the current roster, the Cowboys have Tony Pollard coming off a breakout season, but there's always a question mark about durability and consistency. Pollard is explosive and has shown flashes of greatness, but often, teams want more depth and a proven star to lean on, especially in high-pressure moments. That's where the idea of bringing in someone like Chubb or Dobbins makes sense. Both are proven commodities, with multiple seasons of impressive production, and they bring a level of reliability that could elevate Dallas's entire offense. Now, let's talk about the impact this could have on the team's overall strategy. The Cowboys, under Mike McCarthy's coaching, have been trying to find that perfect balance between a potent passing attack and a strong running game. With the addition of a top running back, they could open up their playbook even more. Think about the possibilities: more play-action passes, better control of the clock, and a more versatile attack that keeps defenses on their heels. It's not just about running the ball, it's about creating a threat that makes every play unpredictable. And, of course, it's about giving Dak Prescott more options, more protection, and more ways to succeed. Now, I know some fans might be wondering about the cost. Acquiring a top-tier running back like Chubb or Dobbins isn't cheap. It could involve draft picks, compensation, or even some salary cap maneuvering. But consider the long-term benefits. A true game-changer in the backfield can lift the entire offense, make the team more dangerous, and perhaps even help the Cowboys make a deeper playoff run. Remember, teams that have a dominant running game often control the tempo and wear down their opponents, something that's crucial in the postseason. And let's not forget about the history of the Cowboys with running backs. Throughout their storied franchise history, Dallas has always been associated with great rushers. Emmitt Smith, of course, the all-time leading rusher in NFL history, set the standard. Before him, Tony Dorsett and others made Dallas a running back powerhouse. So, it's no surprise that fans and analysts alike are excited about the possibility of seeing another Cowboys star emerge in the backfield. It's part of the team's DNA, and adding a top-tier talent would rekindle that proud tradition. But, again, we have to be clear, nothing is set in stone. The offseason is a roller coaster of rumors, negotiations, and surprises. The Cowboys could surprise everyone and make a splash move, or they might wait until closer to the draft to see how things unfold. Still, the fact that these names are being linked to Dallas shows the team's ambitions. They're not content with just being good, they want to be great, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Given the current landscape of the NFC and the competition from teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Seahawks, Dallas knows it needs to make smart, impactful decisions. Now, as the offseason progresses, all eyes will be on Dallas. Will they pull the trigger on a blockbuster trade? Will they sign a free agent? Or will they look to draft a young, explosive back to develop for the future? Whatever happens, Cowboys fans should be prepared for some exciting developments. The team's management has shown a willingness to be aggressive when the opportunity is right, and the potential addition of a star like Chubb or Dobbins would be a statement move. It's about building a roster that can compete at the highest level, and right now, that includes the possibility of upgrading the running back position with some of the best in the league. And, of course, we should also consider the bigger picture. The Cowboys are at a crossroads in many ways. The team has talent, a passionate fan base, and a rich history. But to truly contend for a Super Bowl, they need that extra edge, that spark that elevates a good team to a championship-caliber squad. Adding a premier running back can be part of that equation. It's about creating a balanced attack, giving Dak Prescott more weapons, and keeping defenses on their toes. The NFL is a league where every detail matters, and the running game is often the difference maker in close games, especially in the playoffs. In conclusion, while all of this remains in the realm of rumors for now, one thing is clear: the Dallas Cowboys are thinking big. They recognize what they need to take that next step, and a top-tier running back could very well be part of that plan. Fans should stay tuned, because the offseason is just getting started, and the Cowboys never do things halfway when it comes to building a winning team. Whether it's Chubb, Dobbins, or another player, the message is loud and clear: Dallas is looking to make a statement, and the 2024 season could be the one where everything clicks into place. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. Now, let's take a quick look at the current situation with the Cowboys. They finished last season with a solid record, but fans and analysts alike agree that there's room for improvement, especially on offense. Dak Prescott had a good year, but there were moments when the offense seemed to stall, particularly in the red zone. Adding a reliable, explosive running back could be that missing piece to make the offense more consistent and dangerous. And, of course, the Cowboys' offensive line has been strong, paving the way for their runners, but the addition of a star back could multiply that effectiveness exponentially. When you think about the potential impact of someone like Nick Chubb, it's easy to see how he could become the centerpiece of the attack, much like Emmitt Smith was in the 90s. He's a guy who can carry the load, produce yardage in tough situations, and keep the chains moving. Plus, with the kind of offensive line Dallas has, he could be even more productive. The same applies to Dobbins. He's young, fast, and hungry, and he'd fit perfectly into the Cowboys scheme, which emphasizes speed and versatility. Now, from a strategic perspective, the Cowboys coaching staff would have a lot of options if they land one of these players. They could run more inside zone plays, utilize play action to free up their receivers, or even give Pollard a breather while still maintaining an explosive ground game. It's about creating mismatches, keeping defenses guessing, and controlling the tempo of the game. In the playoffs, that kind of control can be the difference between a deep run and an early exit. Looking at the bigger NFL picture, teams are increasingly valuing a strong running game. The 2023 season proved that a balanced attack can be a team's best weapon, especially when facing tough defenses. The Cowboys want to be that team in 2024. They want to set the tone early, impose their will, and keep opponents on their heels. And adding a star like Chubb or Dobbins could do exactly that. It's about building a complete team, one that's tough, versatile, and ready to compete with the best of the best. And speaking of the history of the Cowboys, it's impossible not to think about the legacy of their legendary running backs. From Dorsett to Smith, Dallas has always been associated with a powerful running game. It's part of their identity, part of their DNA. So, it's only fitting that the team might be looking to bring back that tradition with a star player who can carry the torch into the next era. Fans have been craving that kind of dominant running back for years, and it looks like the Cowboys are exploring every avenue to make it happen. Of course, the offseason is still young, and there are many variables at play. Trade negotiations, salary cap considerations, draft strategies, all of these factors will influence what Dallas does next. But what's clear is that the front office is serious about improving the roster in meaningful ways. The potential signing of a player like Chubb or Dobbins would send shockwaves through the NFL and signal that the Cowboys are all in on contending for a Super Bowl sooner rather than later. Now, let me tell you, Cowboys fans, the excitement isn't just about adding a star back. It's about the message it sends to the rest of the league. Dallas is not content with just being good, they want to be great. They want to re-establish themselves as a dominant force, and sometimes that means making bold moves. The NFL is a league where the margins are razor thin, and upgrading a key position like running back can be that small difference that tips the scales in your favor. And, as always, the fans' voices matter. Whether you're all in on the idea of bringing in Chubb or Dobbins, or if you think Dallas should focus on other areas, your opinion counts. The offseason is a time for debate, discussion, and hope. It's when the team's future is shaped, and every move counts. So, keep your eyes peeled, stay engaged, and get ready for what promises to be an exciting ride ahead. Finally, I want to remind you, this is just the beginning. The Cowboys are always in the thick of things, always looking for ways to improve. The next few weeks will be crucial, and we'll be here every step of the way to break down every news, every rumor, and every development. So, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned because the best is yet to come. Dallas Cowboys fans, the 2024 season might just be the one where everything clicks into place. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Cowboys!